stayed with it, and got better as the game went on. And yeah, we're one game away, so that first period's huge. So we got to prepare and stay composed and be disciplined.
Yeah, well, I think it was obviously this guy right here, Binner, I think played unbelievable in that first when we didn't really have our legs and we were kind of caught on our heels a bit. And, we were able to get through when they had some really grade A chances, made some huge saves, and we just hung on. Obviously, it was huge to come into the second and respond and kind of get a little momentum our way.
Right side, third row, Stephen.
Ryan, Craig Berube as a player was a lot like this. He took a lot of penalties, but also played such a tough, hard-nosed game. How much are you guys a reflection of what he was as a player and as a coach? And Zach, how much do you guys really want to finish every check, even if it sometimes is high or borderline?
Yeah, I think from the day, first day Chief came in and kind of took over, it was, getting us to play hard. He wanted us hard on every play, and I think with the personnel that we have, if we're doing that, things are going to be, more often than not, we're going to put ourselves in a good spot. And, I think that helped us find an identity early in this, or when the change happened, and, help us grew into, being more consistent with that, hard-nosed, playing, being tough to play against.
Yeah, I definitely think that's become our identity, and we've done a pretty good job of finding that fine line, and when we can play on that line and stay disciplined too, that's what makes us most successful.
Front left, Mike.
Jordan, what's it been the key for you to go into these hostile environments? And it started in the first round against Winnipeg, and you're just so calm, cool, and collected. You almost feed off the crowd trying to mock you.
Yeah, the rest is just noise, and I just want to play hard for my teammates and just do my job, and that's what I try and focus on, and let the rest take care of itself.
Back left, Jeremy.
Jordan, a bunch of guys, your teammates in the back, saying that might have been your best game. Obviously, there's a long list of games. Do you feel like that was your best, considering the circumstances?
I don't really keep tabs. I felt good tonight, and the boys battled hard, and it's a big win. So hopefully we can carry that momentum into next game.
Right side, third row, Benjamin.
Zach, wanted to ask you just the idea of everybody on this team contributing. I mean, you weren't even in some of the games early in the series. Now you're a huge part of it. Can you just describe the whole team aspect of this?
Yeah, I mean, our depth's been key for us all year, and it starts with the top guys and goes all the way down, all the way through the D, all the way back to the back end, and we can keep it 5-on-5 and roll four lines like that. We're pretty tough to play with, especially when we're playing physical and playing hard like that. And like I said before, that's what makes us successful.
Yep. Left side standing up.
Yep. Zach, what has this been like for you as a local kid? And then Ryan or Jordan, could you talk about the impact that he's made since he's been in?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's a fun ride when you're a part of the team, and then to get in some games is pretty awesome. But at the same time, it's been all business, and we're just looking forward to the next game.
Yeah, I think since he's been in, he's made an impact. As you can see, not only on the score sheet with making big plays and getting points, but just overall wearing teams down. It's being physical at the right time or making plays and having that puck possession. He's been a huge piece and finding a way for us to create against this team.
We'll do a few more front left.
Hey, Jordan, were you aware of where the puck was when Krejci tried to tuck it in, and what were you thinking during that long review?
Yeah, it was the wraparound, right? Yeah. I just got to the post and tried to hold my ground there, and, I don't know. He was aggressive play, right? It's playoffs. He's going to try and score, and, I was pretty confident that it wasn't going to count and move it on.
Two more questions. Right side, second row.
Zach, you weathered that storm in the first period, and you score early to kind of maybe calm things down there. Just take us through the goal. Is Ryan calling for you've got your back to the goal. Is he calling for the puck there? And for Ryan, why have you been able to develop chemistry with him? Is there anything that really stands out?
Yeah, I mean, it started with an awesome play by Perron there to hold the puck and keep that alive while we finished the change. And, I think we're always talking on the ice, or eyes let me know where he is. Same thing with DP. And, I was just able to find him there, and it was a pretty sweet finish by him.
Yeah, I think earlier in the year, I think we had a lot of success together. I think at times we showed great chemistry, and you can see when we get the puck, we forecheck well and get the puck back. These guys are making great plays. We work well together. From earlier in the year, we found a way to, we all kind of complement each other well.
Last question, second row.
Zach, was this your first NHL game on this ice surface? And if you could, did you allow yourself to think what your dad might think about you coming up big in such an important game?
Yeah, it was my first game here. Yeah, I think about him a lot, every day, every game, every practice even. It's been a little different not having him, but, I know he's watching. He's definitely pretty psyched up there. And, my whole family's been with me for this whole ride too. So it's, it's been awesome to have them and my teammates and my friends and everyone along for this ride.
Thanks, guys. Coach Berube will be here shortly. Danny, put one of those waters up. We have Blues coach Craig Berube. A reminder to raise your hand and wait for the mic. We'll start front right, coach.
Craig, Bruce Cassidy said that your comments on the officiating changed the narrative of the series, and also said the not calling a penalty on Bozak was an egregious error by the officiating crew. Your thoughts on that?
That my comments changed? Yeah. I don't agree with it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge the officials, and calls that could have been or couldn't have, they go both ways. I mean, there's calls the other way that could have been called and they weren't. So I don't know what to say about that. I really don't want to say anything about it.
Right side, third row.
Craig, it looks like this team plays a lot like you did as a player, where you want to finish the check, even if it's borderline sometimes, where there's going to be a penalty there, but it takes a toll on the opponent. How much do you see that in your team? Are you okay sometimes with Alex Steen taking a body on David Krejci in a neutral zone? That's an interference penalty, and kind of being able to kind of toe that line like your team does?
We play a hard game. We're a physical team. We forecheck hard. I'll say it again. We're the least penalized team in the playoffs. End of story. I don't need to talk about any more about it.
Right side, fourth row.
Craig, Jordan Binnington has had a lot of big moments in his short NHL career. Was this as good as you've seen him play, and just the job that he did weathering that storm in the first?
Yeah, he was excellent all game, and did a great job in the first period for sure. They came hard, Boston. We were tested in the first for sure, and Binner stood tall. Big reason we won the game.
Left side, third row, Sergey.
Coach, you've been around the game obviously a long time, know what toughness is. Did Chara's mere presence out there kind of remind people what it takes to win at this level, what toughness is, what a hockey player looks like?
Yeah, you guys all know how tough and a warrior mentality Chara has. So him playing tonight just shows it. Broken jaw or whatever he's got, and out there playing. It's obviously, I think it gave their team momentum in the first period for sure, having him out there. So, but our team hung in there and we pulled out a gutsy win. That's the way I look at it. Our team was gutsy tonight. Our goalie was good and our team was gutsy.
Right side, second row.
Craig, you weathered that storm of the first period, and then you get that early goal in the second to maybe kind of settle things down. Important to get that, starting to get that secondary scoring, and just talk about how Zach Sanford's just making an impact on that line.
Yeah, he is for sure. I think since we moved them there, that line's been scoring, so it's been good. I thought they were very good tonight, that line overall, and he's been a real good player since he's been come back in.
Left side, second row, Dan.
Craig, what are you seeing that might be different from Ryan O'Reilly in the past 2 games as opposed to the previous 16 or 17 from the score?
Yeah, I think he looks energized to me a little bit more jump in his stride out there. And he's finishing, I think that's, he gets chances all the time, but I think that he's finishing right now. And I think with, since we moved Zach Sanford there, that line's had some chemistry, which helps too.
Back right, Jeremy.
Craig, Jordan tied or broke a couple more rookie records. Some of these records he's passing around Hextall. You would have been teammates with him at the time. I know they're 2 completely different goalies, but do you see any similarities just in the approach or anything how they approach the game?
Well, they're different. They're different people for sure. Hexy was, so I can't compare them that way, but I could compare though. Just the outstanding play from a rookie goalie, in the National Hockey League and the playoffs. I think I was part of that team back then with Ron Hextall as our goalie. And now seeing Benner, takes a different approach to the game, but getting the same results.
We'll do 2 more questions. Front right, Jim.
Craig, is Sanford back in the lineup if Sundqvist doesn't get that suspension? And also, what does this play say about the importance of staying ready?
Well, yeah, I mean, he got back in there, but he could have got back in there. Who knows, how things go? But the importance of staying ready is huge, and that's a lot of that's on him working hard. Our guys that our strength coaches and our coaching staff keeping guys ready, working them. And he's jumped in there and has been great. Looks strong, fresh, skating well. So. That's good on him and good on our staff.
We'll do 1 more right side, 4th row.
Craig, what does it feel like to be 1 win away from a Stanley Cup?
Well, I don't think it feels any different than the other. Coming into Game 5 for me personally, we got a big job ahead of us still. That's the way I look at it. I hope our team looks at it that way. We're going to get a real good Boston Bruins team again. I thought they were really good tonight, and I said we got it a win out, which is great. But we're going to get a great performance from them, and we need to be good. We need to be ready. So I don't look at it that way, to be honest with you. I mean, I try to keep everything in perspective and calm and cool as much as I can. And it's hard for the players too, but it's important that we keep our heads and keep level-headed and know that we got a big job ahead of us for Game 6.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Coach.